50,000 people are arrested every year here in Illinois on drunk driving charges. But in growing numbers, people who are repeat offenders are refusing to take those field sobriety tests that can be used to prosecute them. Well, tonight, Pam Zeckman investigates how they get away with it.
Diane, the odds are repeat offenders who refuse sobriety tests will beat the system and get back on the road to drive drunk again. And in some cases, the results have been fatal.
Left foot and then right foot in front. Okay?
Yeah, I know.
All right, go just like that. Stand heel to toe for me, just like that, okay?
Not a chance. He staggers.
Just follow the pen with your eyes, okay?
Forget about it. He stares straight ahead.
You're not following the pen at all.
Videotapes of field sobriety tests like these are compelling evidence that the drivers were drunk. But now cops are finding that all too often, drivers are refusing to take them. So how do these drunk drivers get away with it? They know that police officers can't force them to take field sobriety or breathalyzer tests, and refusing gives them an edge in court. Without hard evidence, it's tough to prove they were driving drunk. William Lindebarker learned that lesson after he crashed into another car, seriously injuring the driver. He was convicted of drunk driving for the second time. The woman he injured was left crippled and brain damaged.
I can't work. I can't drive. I walk slowly with a cane. It completely changed my life.
But getting a 6-month jail sentence did not change Lindebarker. It just taught him how to beat the system when he was stopped again in 2001 for drunk driving.
You want to take any tests? No, sir, I don't.
The officer noted in his report Lindebarker's admission of drinking alcohol, extremely bloodshot eyes, and slurred speech.
Curious as to why you don't feel like you have to take any tests. I just don't feel like I have to incriminate myself.
That's right, he said concriminate. Lindebarker got off, then was arrested a 4th time in 2003. Now you're charged with driving more than 100 miles an hour while you were apparently drunk. Why would you do that? Do you have to kill somebody before you finally learn your lesson? Prosecutors say that Richard Gankars is the quintessential drunk driver.
He is the poster child for repeat offenders. He's somebody who played the system.
Played it for 20 years with multiple convictions for DUI and driving on a suspended or fictitious license. In January of 2000, Gankars had an accident, and police documented that he had a strong odor of an alcoholic beverage on his breath, was swaying and stumbled. But Gankars refused field sobriety tests, saying, "Since I didn't kill anybody, I would have to say no." He beat the DUI charge. Just 6 months later, Gankars did kill someone.
I just said, oh no, not my baby.
17-year-old Eric Woolley. After drinking and taking drugs, Gankars ran a red light and slammed his 79,000-pound truck into Eric's Camaro.
It's ruined my whole life. When Eric died, part of my soul died.
Once again, Gankars refused to take any tests. And by the time police got a warrant to take his blood, some 6 hours later,
Blood results came back negative for alcohol.
but this time, prosecutors nailed him because of drugs.
This guy smoked so much dope that 6 hours later he still had an intoxicating level of marijuana in his system.
Gankars was convicted of reckless homicide for driving under the influence of marijuana. The cases of Lindebarker and Gankars underscore why Burkett says new laws are needed.
The refusal of the General Assembly to pass a mandatory field sobriety testing law just hampers our ability to keep drunk drivers off the road.
Burkett says the liquor industry has lobbied to kill previous attempts to pass the law, but he plans to resubmit it in the next session of the legislature. Tomorrow night at 10, another top public official is proposing a dramatic change in the law that would close other loopholes that allow repeat offenders to beat the system. A law that would affect each and every driver in Illinois. I'll have the details tomorrow night at 10. Diane and Antonia?
Does Burkett feel like people don't take this particular crime that seriously?
Certain people that drink and drive, there are repeat offenders out there that are incorrigible, and he says much more needs to be done.
But these
to crack down on
incorrigible
them.
repeat offenders, Pam, who go out there with suspended licenses and get caught, at some point, why aren't they thrown into jail? Some of them are after a certain point. The problem, as we pointed out in our reports, is that the court system sometimes doesn't keep up with the records that they have. That's one of the huge flaws that this new legislation may deal with. We'll be talking about that tomorrow night at 10.
Thank you, Pam.